Okay.
Can you hear me, Kim?
Live here. Yo, Vic, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear
Here's my
you.
girl. All right, we're just here. Hang on, we're coming now. I wanted to get the. I'm also on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me know. We'll see.
You
if it's
bet.
coming here. Okay. Can you see folks, and can folks see you?
Yes, and Kim, I see your image now. You've come in, and I think the live stream is going.
Okay, but you check live stream on Facebook. I don't know if you can check on.
I'll check it. I'll check it right now.
On YouTube, but
And as
certainly on
everybody
Facebook.
comes in, why don't we go ahead and just have you all run over to chat while we're getting all set up and let us know you're here and where you're from while we get going here. And make sure that your chat, see that little blue bar there? When you go over there, it will say two. Make sure it does not say host and panelists. You want it to say everyone so we can all see what you're saying. Okay, so Frank, great, from Vegas. Who else is here? And tell where you're from while we get set.
Okay, Vic, can you see the slides?
I can see
I want to
them.
make sure you can see the slides versus the whole desktop.
I can see the slides.
Do you see the desktop too or not?
No,
Okay, so what do you see right now on the slide?
I see the one thing.
Okay. That's it, right? You don't see
And then
anything
over to
else?
the left, I see all of the slides, in order.
Okay. So like right now. You get the folks and I'll get
You
make sure
bet.
the slides are looking right.
Yeah, okay. And Kathy, good. Kathy Thomas, make sure that you set your setting to everyone. It's right now set to hosts and panelists so we can see where you're from. South Dakota. Alfonso from Tampa. Anybody else? Make sure you're set to everyone so we get to feel like we're in the same room together, right? Rose, Winnipeg. And Leonard, you're from Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, we'll get the show on the road in just a second. I'm going to make sure some people can find us here on Facebook. We've got a live stream going as well. Be right there. Okay, as you enter, come on in here and say hi. Say where you're from.
And maybe they also find out what's the number one obstacle people have that they think is preventing them from growing their business the way they want. What's the number one obstacle they think they have?
Yeah.
Did you find that out?
Sure. So
All right.
reveal. You heard Kim say it, but just in case you didn't, what's your number one obstacle that you believe you have right now that's keeping you from growing your business where you want it to go this next year? What do you think that is? Or what do you know that is? Think or know or believe. Any of those things. Just pop it in there. Who's the first to tell? Reveal. Ingrid, nice to have you from Atlanta. Joan, technical skills and proper direction. Thanks, Joan. Kit, obstacle learning the products. So learning. That is your obstacle to growing your business? Sharon, rejection, the feeling of rejection, right? Who likes that? Prioritizing, that's a good one, Carolyn. What's the most important thing to do first, second, third, like that? Ingrid, customers and business builders. What do you mean? Finding customers and business builders or reaching out or what specifically? Strategy to find them. Kathy, having the tools to grow the business. What kind of tools are you looking for? Fear of phone. Isn't that a big one? Who else has that one? Prospecting, fear of picking up the phone or calling someone. Ingrid, finding them. They're out there. Where are they? Why aren't they coming to me? Right? Anybody else? Any of those things or more? Reveal. Or how about the way one uses their time? Do all of you feel like you manage your day well? I think Carolyn said that. Prioritizing. Jean, finding enough people to talk to and learning ideal strategy and the technology to do it. And Hecton, hi Hecton, not having sales and marketing skill sets. Do a lot of you have information books or programs you've bought before? Tell, have you bought books and programs before and maybe they're still on the shelf? Did you implement any of those? Tell. Or let's say you bought 10 of them and you didn't really implement them. Or you read the first chapter and put the book back. Haven't we all done that? I too, I'm guilty. Being pulled in too many directions, and I'm focusing on the most important, because you can only really do one thing at a time, right? You ever heard multitasking is overrated? Anything else? How many of you own at least 10 programs or network marketing books or sales books? And have you read them all or done all of them? You know what I did once? I took all of them. Kit, you'll like this because I know you. Marie, you read all of them? Oh, you got to tell. I finally got frustrated with myself, and as far as the books, because I have a ton of books, I'm a book person. You know, I like the kind with paper. I stuck them all in a box and put them in the garage because I didn't want to see them. And I decided what was the most important one I was going to work on. And I pulled that one book out and I made myself do a chapter a day. And then all of those programs I bought, some I never even opened. I spent thousands on different ones. I decided I would only do one. I would not allow myself to even read the emails. And I went off of all the notifications because I would want to read them. Well, you know, it's entertaining to read what they're writing and then not do a dang thing about it. So I found I made more headway in 3 months doing one thing than I did with 10 programs with all the notifications on my email, on my social media open. I closed them all out. And so I thought, well, now I did this one, maybe I can go back and do this next one. Carolyn, don't ask too many questions. Right. So who else? Reveal, what is your greatest obstacle that if you could overcome that this next, let's say not even year, but the next 12 weeks or less, tell what that might be that you'd like to clear up. Amen, Carolyn. Email clear and clean is a goal. Have fun with that. You know, just clearing the space. Having helped Kim many years, sometimes we do these challenges where people have to get on a phone and actually call people and practice. We used to call it cadaver calling.
Yeah.
And what we had everybody do, it turned out to be really fun. People would take pictures of their space and their phone and their whatever they had on their desk. And we'd have them remove everything except a vase of flowers, perhaps something, you know, live, so you could smell it and it was cleaning your air, and a picture of somebody you loved and whatever book or thing you were using that day, and took everything else out. And the most wonderful things happened during that time. One focus, space, nothing else in your way, everything gone, disappear off.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Kim, if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm gonna make sure that Facebook is working right. So whoever else is here that has an intro, do come in and let us know what your greatest obstacle is in your own mind. But if you could overcome it, you would just like thank the lucky stars.
Absolutely. Let me see if we get the camera cooking here. Hang on one second. See, do we see?
There you are. A lot of you are getting on the clearing the space now, email clearing and clean, cleaning up your space. Man, is that important? Clutter in the head. Oh, Kim, you're on mute.
It's not just your space, but your head you want to clean up. Yeah, this is a microphone here. All right, cool. Oh, good. Yeah, so those are the big things. How many people here are in business because you actually want to make some money? I ask that because when I do surveys, which is quite a bit in different groups, you know, we'll say, okay, so why are you in the business? And we get people who say, oh, you know, to be social, to make new friends, to help people. And I just want to know what your reason for being in business is, because you are going to get what you are in it to get. And so you need to be conscious of some folks aren't making any money and they'll say, well, this doesn't work. Well, it might be that what you want from the business isn't, there's nothing in there about making any money, right? I mean, if you're looking for social and friends and go to the events and do all that stuff and have new friends, that doesn't tell your brain that there's anything you should be doing to try to earn income. How many people are afraid to earn income? Let me see in the chat. You're afraid to ask for money. You're afraid to tell anybody that they have to pay for something because you feel kind of guilty or you feel kind of, you know, whatever you feel. Who's nervous about calling somebody up and say, I got this great thing, give me money? Anybody?
Evelyn's with me, at least one me, only one of you.
Okay, so you're all good about making sales and making money. Is this a good thing? You are in the business in order to help people, yes, but you help them so much that they give you money. Let me see in the chat what the answer is to that. Because a lot of people are very hung up about taking money. And if you are, I'm going to show you how to get over that. Okay, let me see here. We got that? You got the group in there?
Yep, I just see they're all set. They're rolling, Kim.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got you the wrong thing here. All right, good, good, good. Hey, Kit, good to see you. I'm just moving my stuff out of the way so I can see. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, for those of you that are new to the stuff we do, first is Vic Link, my partner in crime here. We have been working together in business for, gosh, 18 years, something like that, since we were about 6 or 7 years old. And we have built 4 of these, we're building the 5th one right now, experimental teams. We like to build experimental teams. And we built 4 to the top in record time over the last 10 or 12 years or 15 years together. And we always get to the top of everything really fast. We just started a new experimental team. And I think, I don't know, we're up to 50 people or something in the first month, and good people. And what I'm going to show you here is a part of the kind of thing we do and how we think about stuff to make that happen. Does that make you guys, you with me? Okay. Hey, Jean, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. So let me look at the chat here. Charge for your skill set. Yeah. For example, I was just in a class today, a promo with Frank Kern, and he's selling some kind of program. He sold programs for $85,000, $80,000, $40,000. He's had some giveaways for $4. I mean, there are a lot of consultants who charge good money for their programs, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. Some of them have $27 programs, especially if they're just beginning. And those people get people to pay them money. Are you aware of that? That there are people who actually pay $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 for a coach to help them learn how to build a business. It's not just network marketers. It's affiliate marketers and people who have their own programs. I can tell you right now that during this funny period of time, probably the #1 skill that you could hope to achieve, which I'm going to give you a piece of today, right now, is to be able to bring in, to be what they call a rainmaker, bring in customers and clients to businesses. That is the one thing every single business in this world wants more of. Why does a company go out of business? Why do you think a company goes out of business? What do you think? Laura? Kit? Why do you think somebody goes out of business? Mr. Martinez, why do you think that? Hey, Carolyn, how you doing, honey? Why do you think people go out of business? Why does a company go out of business? Too many different directions, okay. No customer flow. What does that mean, no customer flow? What does it really mean when you have no customers? What does it mean you don't have, without which you can't have a business? Let's see what we got. Read it to me, Vic, because I can't, it's scrolling by too fast.
Lack of communication, not enough consistent flow of customers, no customers, and no sales.
Okay.
Sales don't cover the cost of business, is what another comment is.
Okay.
No sales, no customers, or don't collect what's owed to them. Let me see what this last one is. No revenues, more outgoing than incoming, no money coming in.
Okay.
Pricing model.
Okay. Do you know there's one big word that makes a company die? That's bottom line, bottom line, bottom line, and it begins with an M and it ends with a Y. What is it? Who can type it in?
Money, money, money.
Okay, can you understand that if you are not in business, if your purpose is not to generate income, money, MONEY, Momo, as the kids say, if you're afraid of this, you won't get any. And the only way you get money, other than calling mom, I need a loan, give me a loan quick, or dad, give me a loan, or whatever, is a person has to pay you money or your company money in order to, because they want something from you that you have, that you sell, that you offer. You don't, I don't mean sell like beat on somebody. I mean, you give it to an exchange of value, money, dineros, for whatever it is you've got, whether it's a consultation, whether it's a massage. I mean, if somebody's a masseuse, do they say, what do you do? Oh, I share massages. Do you do that? You in real estate. Oh, I share real estate. How many people feel like they need to say that because they're so, somehow you have associated that saying you are in business to build a giant, successful, impactful business. Why? So you can help a lot of people. But are you going to be a volunteer? Is that, how many here want to just be a volunteer? Let me see about that. How many people want to be a volunteer? Or you act like you're a charity already? You're just going to give stuff to people because after all, you want to help people. The end in mind means that you need to do something that is good enough for other people so they give you money. Otherwise, you have a job. How many people really want to do something well enough so they're not chicken to ask somebody else for money? If somebody offers to, I don't know, shovel your walk, even a kid, do you expect it to be free? Is the kid helping you? Yeah. But do you expect the kid to mow your lawn for free? Yes or no? Unless it's your kid, of course, and it's allowance, right? How many of you feel like it ought to be free? So why are you giving your good stuff and you're afraid to ask for money? Right? And I'm going to show you how to fix that mindset, because it just comes from what's in your mind that they taught you in the business. It's in the wrong order. If you make somebody really, really happy, and you make them healthy, and you can help somebody else make income, they will want to give you money for it. Because nobody wants to get stuff for free. Nobody wants charity. But if you're just pushing your product on somebody, it's really hard to ask for money. So what I'm going to teach you today is, in this session, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to show you the one thing that you need to do if you are looking to turn strangers into customers on Facebook. How many of you want to do that? Of course, you can do this with your warm market list. Same principles apply, but this is a specific thing that a lot of people want. They say, well, I'm done with my warm market. I want to know how to get strangers to buy from me on my Facebook without doing ads. Are you there for that? Okay, cool. And at the end of this, I'm going to offer you, well, you're going to talk to Vic, and we have a couple of options for people. At the end of this, I'm going to offer you a program, and it costs money. Can you deal with it? I'm going to give you information. You're going to go, yeah, that's totally good. Or no, I don't want to do that. And you're going to go, oh man, can I dance some more with you? Can we do some more stuff together? Then you connect with Vic, who's right here monitoring as we go. And depending on what you need and what you want to achieve, we'll recommend an option for you, and you can say yes or no. Is that a fair deal? Who's saying yes? Okay. Yeah, if you're being pulled in too many different directions, you know what that means, right? You don't know how to say no. Anybody who's on overwhelm is on overwhelm for, number one, you don't know how to prioritize. But number two, you're seeing obstacles as something that is telling you you're on the wrong path, and that's not true. Obstacles are part of the path. Just because you run into one doesn't mean you need to change companies. Just because you run into one doesn't mean you just chuck the whole Facebook thing and go start YouTube or totally start differently. That's not the case. Are you with me? So if you're being pulled in too many different directions, who is pulling you? Who is allowing you to pay attention to this and that and this and that? Is there literally a rope on you, Kit? Is that really true? Or is it that you are just attracted to everything because it's more fun to be attracted to shiny objects than it is to do the grunt work of actually making 50 calls in a day. Tell me, Kit, what do you think? Right? You see how that works? Nobody wants to do the grunt work, but let's get on to the one thing. Y'all want to see what that is? And you'll see that if you remind me about the overwhelm, because there's a way to get rid of it if you want to. How many people say they're on overwhelm, but they would like to get rid of it? And they'll, if I tell you how to get rid of it, that you will do some of the steps to get rid of it. Right? Yeah. Because, you know, overwhelm is really a function of you saying yes to too many things because you are dissatisfied somehow with something that happened with what you do have. It's like being married and then you never can stop looking. That marriage is not going to last. Am I right? I mean, if you get married and you go, oh yeah, let's do this. We get in bed a few nights, a month worth, and then you start looking. And the minute, then you get married again. Then you're going to look some more. And we're going to get married again. And every time you see somebody, it's like, oh, I can't control myself. That is a person on overwhelm. You see what I mean? So the committing is really hard because there are bumps on the way, just like in a marriage. Every time you have an argument, you don't get a divorce, right? I mean, sometimes you probably should, but in most cases, the first time you have a spat, does everybody run to the divorce court? No, you sit and, oh, let me see how to make this work. A business is the same. You're going to have little obstacles, little gnats, little this, little that. It doesn't mean you throw out the whole thing necessarily, right? Because the obstacles are designed to make you stronger. Like it hurts to do the muscles. You do it enough until it hurts. Then the next day you do it again until it hurts. And it hurts at further and further distances out from where you were before. And in 6 or 8 weeks, you've got some muscle definition. Do you see that? That's what that comes from. The pain is the ache. And if you don't get through it and you quit every single time, you're going to look, your arms are going to be flabby like they are maybe for some of you right now, right? All right, let's do this. The one thing. This is going to turn stranger into buyers. This is what we do without ads, mind you. And it will also turn many of your friends into buyers. You'll see. But right now, we're going to do this right now. Now, we're looking for people who are looking for fast income. How many of you said, yes, you want fast income? Yes. Money, Momo, money that people will give you. Get it in your head. Be okay with money. Money loves speed. Money loves people who do stuff. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you how this works. You need an offer. How many of you have ever heard that you need an offer? Write that down. Put it in the chat. Offer. O-F-F-E-R. And not just any offer. You need a winning offer. Now, some of you that are on this are on our experimental team, the one Vicki and I are running. And you also need a winning offer. And for every member of our team and every member of that you're doing, even if you're in the same marketing, a similar type product, the offer will be different for each individual person. Remember that. There's not just one offer. Nobody's got, this is my greatest thing. Okay, we ready for that? You need a winning offer. So when you're on Facebook, do you all have a Facebook profile, by the way? Everybody has one? Yo, got a Facebook profile? GGB, yeah, babe, you got it. A winning offer. Very good. Everybody has a Facebook profile. Okay, this is what we're talking about right now, a profile. So here's what happens. Well, let me say this. Sometimes people do stuff without really thinking, but you kind of do stuff usually because you have a belief in your mind. Usually the belief you did not put there. And the belief is not of your experience. Somebody else told you, this is how it is. And you go, okay, I guess that's what I got to do. Okay, so belief is first because you don't do anything without thinking that maybe that's what you're supposed to do. So you believe something and then you act on it. Tell me, yes, you got this. Have we got this, Vic? Everybody see this? Yes?
Yes.
You do things you believe in. Now, big warning. Most of the things that we all believe are not true. And we won't find out. A lot of you aren't going to find out till you die. But there's a lot of stuff in life that isn't true. Whether it was the earth was flat, smoking was good for you. All these things, most of what we believe is really not true. It's true until we discover that it isn't. So don't hang on too tightly to your beliefs, okay? Because they may be wrong. I tell myself every day I might be wrong. You know, Charles Darwin, I'm sure some of you have heard his name. He's the one who wrote the book, Origin of the Species. And it was in the, I think, late 1800s, early. I have a wonderful copy of that book. And one of the reasons that that book was so incredibly powerful is because he did something that all the critics were just waiting to do to him, but he did it himself, to himself. And what he did, he spent years classifying and categorizing all these species of animals and little critters and plants and all that. And the Origin of the Species basically is the whole book that gave us the principles of natural selection, right? And what he did, he would find something and see something and think, oh, I believe this must be happening, right? You see this and then you see that and you go, oh, so this is what looks like it's happening. And maybe it's causal, maybe it's correlation, but this is kind of what's happening. Each time he came to a conclusion that he thought in his mind, this is quite different from what I used to think or from what people believe in the world. What if it weren't true? What if it weren't true? What would I have to do then? And with every one of his theses in his book, you get the book and read it. It's the most incredible thing in the world. When his book came out, all the critics, many of whom were religious people of the time, the reason they were so panicked about it is because he had every argument that they would have had, he had with himself. And so there was nothing to complain about. That's why the book is one of the best known books in the world. After all that time. So don't hold on to your beliefs too tightly. Beliefs, remember, they're here today, gone tomorrow. Have you got that? A belief is nothing but a belief. You can change it in a minute, especially when the data comes in that shows you it's not right. Don't worry about it. Everybody has wrong beliefs, including me. Okay? Beliefs. I have to tell them how great the product is and how groundbreaking, because otherwise, how are they going to know? How many people believe? I mean, how's anybody going to know how great this is if I don't tell them? That sounds reasonable, right? I mean, it's not like a stupid belief. How many people believe this? You got to do, I mean, if you don't tell them, how's anybody going to know how great it is, right? Right? Doesn't that sound reasonable? So what happens? People post about the wonders of their product. See, but we do. We're talking about the seller now, Hector, the people who are marketing. That's us, right? We have to tell them how great it is. Otherwise, how are they going to know, right? So what do? Based on that belief, you do stuff. And we post about the wonders of the product online. This works at the cellular level. It works, you know, on you know, the ketonosis and the ketosis and all these technobabbly words. And all the posts are about this is breakthrough, groundbreaking product, absolutely amazing, the most wonderful thing in the world. You want to know about it, right? That's what that belief leads to. Now, if you ask yourself, who's done that? Who's posted about how great their stuff is, some way or the other? Anybody? Anybody posted that or told people that? Hey, I got this great thing. Oh, it's so hot. You're going to love it, right? And how's that working? How are we doing? You doing good with that? Right? See, so notice it's not about truth. Your product might really be the best thing since sliced bread. But is that something to post about to get people to come to you to hand over money? Right? So you see, it's not that your product isn't the best. For all I know, it is. Have you got this? But posting that information is not what makes anybody come to you. You see that? So you can have a truth, but telling it is not appreciated, not for buyers. Okay? So it isn't that it isn't true. It just doesn't work to bring people in. You said you wanted to turn strangers into buyers. So yes, you know your thing is the best, but telling them that is not going to work. So you're going to keep doing that? You're going to keep doing stuff that doesn't work? Yes or no? So now the next thing is, what are you going to do now? Crap. If I don't tell them how great it is, What am I going to talk about? Right? Is that what we do? So what are we going to talk about? Oh, well, let's do this. You can't just go to people and say, hey, buy this. That would be improper. No, you can't do that. You have to really earn. They have to like you and trust you. Oh, I can hardly say it with a straight face, right? Like you, trust you, and you have to give a lot of value. So you can earn the right to ask them, hey, you want to buy my thing? How many of you have heard that? So what do you do? Has heard that? Yes or no? Tell me. Anybody besides Joan? That's it. Joan, you're the only one. Joan, gold star for you, girl. Everybody else in the tank with you.
There's a lot of them.
All right, Rose. Good. All right. You got it. All right. So we got this. So what does that mean you do? Vic, can you guys see the slide here? Am I?
Yeah, I can see it. What else do most folks post about now?
Yeah,
every day.
Right.
That one.
Right. So what does that even mean? Right. So you're constantly creating content. How many of you are doing that? Constantly creating content because you're supposed to create content. Right. So you look stuff up, you find stories, you summarize stories. How many people are educating prospects about, I don't know, whatever it is that's in your product, for example? Right. We doing that? Or you're posting selfies and motivational quotes, doing that. Oh my gosh. How many people have done that? And then you ask, okay. And then nurturing, don't forget, you got to nurture. Because you have to earn the right to ask them to buy something. Right? Yeah, nurturing. And then you got to DM everybody with your messages that the upline gives you. Hey, how are you? And you don't even know the people, right? What are you doing staying home with the COVID? Or what are you doing watching the news and yada, 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 right? And how is that stuff working for you, doing that? How many of you are getting new customers and reps doing that every day? If they buy you, what does that mean? Okay, where do I have that? If they buy you, did I have a quote? Did I have that? So Chuck, I don't know what that means. What does that mean if they buy you? You're talking about marketing whatever you've got, which of course includes the way you do it. But I'm not sure what you mean by that. So after all that, you know, and not, do you are you getting a lot of new customers doing that? I mean, not, right? You agree with that? So the question is, what is going to turn a Facebook stranger into a buyer? You want to know what that is? Gigi, totally time suck. Yeah, that is so true, right? By the way, can you read the slide? Okay, this is a new design thing I've been playing with Keynote, and I wondered if you can see it. Okay, can you see it? Okay, it's easy to read, Vic. This what will turn.
Very nice. Yeah, it's nice and bold.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Really
All right, good. All right, so here we go. What is going to turn them into a stranger? I mean, a Facebook buyer, a Facebook stranger into a buyer. We got it? So here's what I want you to do. You all are on Facebook as consumers, right? You scan the news feed and you scan the profiles and you scan all this stuff. Am I correct? Is everybody here also a Facebook user? Yes? Say yes. Okay. When you do that, when you start looking through Facebook, say you look through the news feed or whatever, you are what we human brains do something we call scanning. You have a scanning device in your mind. That's what you got. You're scanning. Hey, Marie, good to see you. Rose, too. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. You put on your scanner hat. And then you ask yourself, just ask yourself, as you are scanning, what makes you stop your scan and pause? What did they do to you to make you stop and pause? What did they get of yours? Who knows? What did they catch? You're scanning. Stop. Why'd you stop? Who knows? Tell me why you stopped.
Something I want or need, Joan says. Create curiosity.
Right? Something I want or need, something I want or need, right? That's it. They caught something I'm interested in. Can we predict what that's going to be for you? Do you think they sit there, somebody, and says, you know, here's what I'm going to do to turn on Glenn Metcalf today. Here's what I'm going to do for Gigi today. They haven't got a clue. The people that put stuff out who know how to market, I'm going to show you what they put to get your attention. And they don't even know whether it's going to get your attention or not, but they do. And I'll show you the trick to it. You ready for that? So you got this. What makes you stop? Something caught your attention. That's the first thing we have to do to other people. The same thing they do to us, because we are human scanning devices. So we have to get their attention. So write that down, get their attention. And not everybody's attention, okay? Then you click. Now, when you click on something, what does that mean? Besides attention, what did you get more? What else did they get? If you click, then what? You got more, right? More. I want more information. So now you're getting interested. So you have attention. They're getting your interest because you're clicking. When you stop and pause, do you sometimes, hit it again and keep running? Sometimes you stop and pause and you don't do anything else, right? You just click it and you're down the rabbit hole. But sometimes you stop and pause and you keep right on scrolling. Am I right? So sometimes you get interested, you read a little more than that. Yes? Sometimes you get interested and you go, oh, let me click. Are you with me? Let me make sure that you're saying yes here. You get this? So this is what we all do, see? So it's nothing secretive. Then sometimes you might say, well, you want to see how we do this? Watch the whole video. Oh, I want to see. And down the rabbit hole you go for something that you think might help make your life better. That's what happens, okay? Or you read a PDF, or you listen to an audio, you go to a podcast, okay? You see the thing? Or you might even go to the order page. Good heavens. Guess what? Whoever did that, or you order because you want that. You've been pre-sold. Now you want it. You sold yourself. You see that? You see how that works? Tell me yes. Who sold you? You did. Yourself. You sold yourself because somebody knows what you're hurting, what you're thinking about, because they know your problem, because they're like you, and they're marketing stuff to people like you because they're part of that group. That's what we do. Right? Okay. And then you agree to chat, or you might even book a call. So some of you, if it's an order page, if it's anything under $500 or $1,000, you probably just go to the order page and buy it. If it's more than $1,000, like 1,500 or 2,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000, or, one program we're in that, which is a 6-figure consulting program, you talk to somebody before you decide that, right? Usually depends really what you're used to. But there are a lot of, don't let your own world of money limit what you think is out there. If you think you're poor and you're making 5,000 a month, somebody else is making 500 a month thinks that you are rich. Somebody making 50,000 a month might be thinking, if I don't make more than that, I'm going to just commit suicide. I got to be making 100 grand a month. So it's all relative to where you are and where you're going. Does that make sense? Everybody see that? So what is the one big thing that we have to do here to get these things? Remember, you get attention, interest, and then it's like, oh, this, I got to have this, right? For whatever reason, you sold yourself on it. We have a problem in the back of our mind that we want to solve. That's one big thing when we scan. We got a problem. Scanning at all means you're bored. So you're looking for distraction. That is the scanning. That's why we go to Facebook. Go get distracted. I got to take a break from my house, my wife, for whatever, can't stand it, the news. So we go to Facebook and start scanning. So the Facebook itself provides you distraction without having to go to the movies. Now, once you're there, you might have a problem. It's not that you're looking for a solution like on YouTube, but you have problems in the back of your mind. You're screaming at the kid, you don't have the right breakfast, it's all in the back of your mind as you scan. Or you have some desire, something to feel good. That's in the back of your mind. And as you scan, you'll pick up those things that you're looking for, either the problem or the desire, whatever that is. Okay, have we got that? Okay. If you're looking at your chat Go ahead and do what Vicky says there. Change your settings. You know, where you type in words and stuff, where it says host and panelist, change that to everyone. You see that? So here's how we scan. Here's how we scan. Let's say that you have had some trouble with your back of late, last couple of years, and there's some story about somebody who had a lower backache and comes into your feed. I had backaches for 29 years, let's say, or 11 years. What happens if you have a lower backache situation? Do you pause? Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Do you pause? Yes or no? If you have had a backache situation, you pause. Yes? What if you've never had a backache? Do you pause or not? Do you pause if you don't? Alfonso, he's tuned in. Where are the rest of you guys? Too many gin and tonics. Okay. If it's not a problem you have, like for people who have trouble with their glasses, if you don't wear glasses, are you going to see that? Are you going to pause? Right? If it doesn't affect you or people that you're close to, do you pause or not? No. So the people who market backache stories and backache products are people who expect that only those people that have a backache issue are going to pause and click. They don't know who you are, but they know people have backaches because they have backaches and they're just human. Do y'all see? Are you getting how this works? You take one pain point at a time. One. Okay. One. And then you learn how to post, which of course we're going to teach you how to do that. Now, this is all based on how consumers, who's that? That's us, you and me and Vic, right? That's us. That's who we are. We're scanners too. So this is how we buy. You may as well sell the way we buy. Don't you think so? It's called marketing. So Randy and Lena, you want to change your setting from host and panelist to go to the chat. All you guys go look at your chat. This is silly. Go to your chat. Look at your chat box. You see where you type in stuff? Above it, it says host and panelist. Click that little arrow and click everyone. Do it right now. This is retarded. It keeps on changing back. Well, honey, you be the boss. You tell it. No, we're doing this. We're doing everyone, and that's it. We got it? You decide who's the boss. No wussy, not with this Facebook stuff. Now we got to be straight. So you notice a lower backache story. The people who produce that story, which might be you, we don't know which of us are going to say yes, but we put it out to the whole world. Why? So that those who say, oh, I pause, click, and maybe go further, depending, right? Watch a video, get a PDF, go to an order page, book a call. That's how that works. We just don't know which of you have an interest in it. They don't either. And you will never know. But you put out a problem. One. Got it? Tell me, yes, you got this. If you learn this, you will be so home. It'll be so different for your life. You'll cry with joy. Truly, you will. That's Vicky. She has. It's like, okay, let's notice. A lower backache story pops up on our feed. How about a vacation in Maui we always wanted to take? Let's say a lot of you are in the travel business, or some of you probably still are in the travel business. So if you saw something and it had first class vacation, presidential suite, Maui, super discounts, click here. Well, would you want to know? First class, presidential suite, Maui, discounted? Let's go, damn right. But if somebody didn't have a specific idea that they could use a vacation, because these ads trigger desires that are in the back of our mind, because we don't go to Facebook to find stuff unless it's gossip. We go to YouTube to find stuff. Facebook, we're going to be entertained. So while you're cruising down the news feed, you're going to see this kind of stuff. Oh, first class, you kidding? Presidential suite, absolutely. How many bedrooms? And they're going to have this stock full of stuff and blah, 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 right? And you click. They caught your attention. Remember that? Because it's something that you wanted. So it's either a pain, a problem you're trying to solve, and it's in the back of your mind, and they hit on it, or something desire that you've got. Have we got that? Our scanners notice, that's number one. Number two is our scanning mechanisms notice very specific stuff. If you say, I help people with health, nobody will click. Why? Is that specific? Yes or no? I help people with their health. I help people lose weight. Is that specific? Yes or no? Right? So no generalities, right? How about technobabble? Oh, I have something at the cellular level. Is anybody going to click? Now you know why. Is that a problem? Their cellular level? Since when is that a problem? As far as anybody is concerned, that's normal. They don't even know what that means. Oh, you mean inside of me? Is that what you mean? Oh. Okay. I mean, people don't know, you know, think like Steve Jobs, everybody knows he was one of the most brilliant people ever on the planet. But when he started getting sick, they told him, you're going to have some kind of an operation. He said, no way, I'm not having an operation. And they said, well, you know, according to our scans of your body, you know, the x-rays, you have a problem with your pancreas. And you know what he said? What is a pancreas? Why would anybody know? Who gives a crap? Right? It works. It's only when there's a problem that you become aware, or there's how'd you spell that? A P-A-N? Yeah. I got it. Right. Steve Jobs. What is that? How would you know? That's why being specific, not are you ailing? No, that's not specific. Got it? So you need to do that. So we're going to pick stuff up. Our scanning mechanisms pick stuff up. So the scanners pick up, people that are scanning pick up that problem that you solve. Have you got it? A specific problem. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So now you guys will learn how to do it. I'm going to give you a couple little tips on how to do this, but this is the gist of it. And we have programs that teach you how to do this. I hate to say it, but it's quite tricky. And if it were so easy, everybody'd be making money hand over fist. Some of you are going to be able to do it based on this class right here, right? And some of you are going to want to get some help so it doesn't take you for the next 30 years. You can go either way. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I just want to go fast. I hire consultants once a month. I'm looking again for people who's got something that I can help so I can go faster. And the minute I know it, I can teach my kids to go faster. My students, right? That's what we're doing here. So what is a problem that you have solved? Or what is a situation that you have helped with? And this can be a problem for yourself. I say used to be a fat, and I was fat since I was 3 years old. I've never been fat, but right? I says 3, and I've been trying to eat right. And I thought I was eating right, but I'm apparently not eating right. And I'm still big as a barn. And after trying all these different things, very important that you tried a lot of stuff. I tried this eating program, and in 3 months, all my desire for everything that made me fat and alcoholic and went away. So you've helped somebody kind of eat their way back to health, get their, somebody who was unhealthy and overweight for 30 years, and you finally found a way to get that problem solved, let's say. Okay, so it can be a problem that you solve for yourself, okay? What situation have you helped with? Can be a problem, again, that you help with yourself. Maybe in relationships, you found a way to get the marriage restored, even though you thought you were about to get divorced. All right, now you love each other again, okay? So once you have that, you can use a very simple structure to post. And I'm going to give it to you right now. To get the pause, remember, you got to get the pause with something specific. A pause means, AKA is also known as get their attention. Okay, got it. Hip pain is very good. Okay. And next, of course, we are going to ask them, show us more if you want to know more. That's the process. And then we follow the enrollment sequence that we've got. Okay, I want to show you how we do that right here. So let me give you an example. Last month, I posted, let me give you the structure. I should have done this first. Let me give you the structure right now. There are probably 24 different linguistic structures, language patterns, and sentence types that you can use. Say 24. Everybody say 24, 36, 2 to 3 dozen. I'm giving you one of them. 2 to 3 dozen, and here's one. Okay, so are you ready for this? Now, the structure here, remember we said we're going to help somebody solve a problem. Remember that? So that means in the back of everybody's mind, there's a problem that they want to solve. We just don't know what it is. We don't care. We're going to put our thing out and see who says that's my problem, right? So the way we're going to structure this is if you want X, right? And you want that without Y, please do this. Okay. So number one, this is one of the dozens of structures that we've got. Okay. I'm going to show you how we do this. Okay. Hang on. Okay. If you want something, right? Something better than you have right now, and you want that without Y. So if you, let's give you an example. If you want to get customers and recruits for your business, if you want, right, to get customers and recruits for your business, if you want to generate leads, customers and recruits for your business, if you want to get rid of an achy back that you've never been able to get rid of before, you got it? Tell me yes. Let me see yes in the chat. If you want that, and you want to do that, let's take my example. If you want to build a network marketing business and get customers and reps, you want that. And you want to do that without what might be something that you all hate. You want to do that without what? Name some. What do you not want to do to build your business? Let me hear.
Calling people on the phone.
Okay, you want to do that without calling people on the phone. That's a perfect one. How about another one? Without rejection. Okay, without 95% rejection. What else?
Without spamming.
Without having to spam people. Amen. What else?
Pestering.
You guys are hot. You're hot.
That's a nice word, pestering. I like that.
Yeah, Chuck, great. Without having to pester people. What else?
Without losing face.
Oh, Alfonso, I love this one. Right. So without sounding like you're begging.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And without recruiting.
Well, you can recruit if you want, but
maybe it's the feeling of what you're doing. Without chasing.
Right? That's it. You see that? Please do this. Now, what might be a do this? Now, these have many options, but you could say, please say me, and I'll show you what we're doing, for example. Okay. Or you might say, I'm doing a live on this, and if you want to come, say me. So you are asking one of hundreds of ways for them to indicate, yeah, I'm interested. I would like to see more about that without chasing. You see that? So if you want to build a business, a network marketing business, and you want to build a big business without hassling your friends, right? For example, or without pestering, without chasing, without doing all that stuff. I'm doing a live tomorrow night. If you want to come, let me know. I did that today on my post. A whole bunch of you are here from that post. You see that? So if you want this, and that is the problem, you want to build a network marketing business. How many of you want to build a business, but you want to do it without all this crappy stuff? I'm doing a live, show you how to do that. You want to come? Yeah, I want to come. You see the 3 steps? That's what you do for your problem. Exactly the same thing. Now, let me show you an example. You want to see a post that got like 100+ requests for the link to our offer page? That's an offer, by the way. If you want this and you want it without that, do this. Call this number, go to this store, come to this live, click here and ask for this. Type in these words and somebody will get with you. That is an offer, an offer. You want this? Without that, do this. That's the offer. You got it? What's the offer? If you want this, without that, do this. And what's to do this? It's not buy this. No, you're keeping your kimono closed. You don't rip everything off and say, oh, look what I got. No, no, one step at a time. Remember, dinner, dessert, maybe a couple of games of tennis or something, whatever you're into. You see how that works? So we're doing attention, and there's a little interest, and then look a little more, and a little more, and a little more, and a little more, like Reese's peanut butter cups in the movie E.T. He put the little peanut butter cups out, and little E.T. came, and little by little, by little by little, till he went through the backyard and up the back of the house and into Elliot's room. Remember that movie? That's what we're doing. Okay, so let me show you how this works here. I made this post. We do hundreds of these a year. And I'm showing you one from February 12. I'm going to show you one from February 20. Now, this is one of many ways, remember? Read this if you want. Remember this? Sometimes I read this in the front. You don't have to do it. I just did it because I was testing. All right. Yeah, Hecton, you wouldn't want to say, enter your name and email below to watch a short video. Don't go that far. That's a little bit too far getting in their pants, or too early. So what you'd want to say here is, say me, and I'll connect with you. And then if you look at my Facebook page, a person will say me, or I'm interested. And then your next move is PM me. I PM'd you. Okay. So you would say, the person, let's say, please say that you're interested. So please do this. Say, if you want to learn how to build a business and you want to do it without hassling your friends and family, you don't want to chase people, let me know, and I'll send you my recent case study or a 5-point checklist. So let's say the person says, checklist, checklist, checklist. You get a whole bunch of comments that say checklist. Hecton, you got that? Checklist, checklist, checklist. Your response to them is, each one, check your PM, check your PM, check your PM. Why? Because you're not going to give away everything, and you're not going to do, then you go to the PM and there's a conversation you have with the person there in their private message thing. And the reason you say check your PM to everybody, look at my Facebook, you'll see hundreds of them. I'm going to show you right now. But once you have them on PM, they'll go look for your message on Facebook. And then you can say, what is the story? What have you done for this so far? There's certain questions you want to ask. What have you done? How's that working? How much do you want to fix it on a scale of 1 to 10? Where is that? So that before you say, oh, you got a little thing here, go here and you'll see if you love it. And then you have a page, if there's some kind of a page that you have, it can be ClickFunnels, it can be really any software at all, where it says, if you want to have this, click here, and they click here, and then they put their name and email without you being there at all. And then you should have an email list where it goes on the list so you can mark it to them later. And then they see your video or your PDF or your audio. Does everybody understand that process? That is called a sales process. And in the big school, we'll show you how to do that. Okay. All right. So let me give you this here. Okay. This was my post, and the green comes from Facebook. If you post stuff on Facebook, they let you make pictures behind it. You all know that, right? Yeah. Okay. Read this if you want more sales by talking to people you know. This was another class I offered. I'm doing a short live on a crazy new fun approach. If you want link, ask. I'm doing a short live. If you want the link, ask. So what happened here on this one is we had 122 comments. I picked this up, 4 or 5 days ago. So there's another 100 since then. But notice here, you can see what all these link, please. Okay. Link, please. Yes. Link, please. Link, please. Send the link, please. I would love the link. All these people. Do y'all see this? Tell me, yes, you see this. And that's not all. I mean, I didn't even have room for everything. Look how many there are. Link, give me the link. Give me people asking for the link. Notice how we do this. We say to them, like this gal, Lori Benjamin said, oh, can I have the link, please? Right. And one of my people for our company says, Lori, I'm sending you a PM. Check your PM. Check your PM. So nobody knows what's being offered. It's all mysterious. You keep all your clothes on. Stay mysterious. You see that? And then once they're in the PM, you can have a little conversation. Many of those people come on to our videos and see stuff, and they're in the sales process. And eventually, a lot of them buy. Okay. So what happened here is that we had, as of this date, 122 comments and about 100 requests for the link. If you had 100 people requesting the link to what you offer, would you even be able to handle it? See, this is what you call marketing. And then you have a sales process. Let me give you another one. We did this February 20, and it said, we call out the audience like network marketers. And you might also say, you know, backaches for 29 years like me, right? You're calling out. So this one was, do you have tire kickers? So who am I calling? What's the problem? What's the problem in this first line? Got tire kickers? Who can tell me what the problem is? Who responded to this? Tell me who responded? Could you increase the font? Yes, I can increase the font. You know what I can do is, yeah, hang on, let me see if I can help you. I got a new, yeah. I'm not trying to hide it from you. Let me get through this. Hundreds and hundreds of these. You see that? Yeah. Yeah, many of them look what you see. Am I dealing with people who are just looky-loos? Think about what you're saying. Of course they're looky-loos. The looky-loos don't respond. It takes work to respond. For somebody to say me, takes a lot of work. If I get 100 people who say, I want the link, I want the link, I want the link, I know 4 or 5 of them are going to buy. And we sell some high ticket stuff. And even if you don't, if you sell, say, a network marketing product for $100 a month, if you, one of those people ends up being a go-getter type of person, a driver, I mean, you've made enough money for a year with one post, right? You just don't know. Sure, they're just looking. So what? So are we. But the only ones we talk to are the ones who go to the PM and open it and listen to their conversation. You see that? Yeah. So you're always going to have people who are just looking. The key is to spend no time with them at all. Okay. So then here are hundreds more of these comments, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more. And I'm going to see if I can show you here how to make this bigger here. Hang on a sec. Let's see if I can do that for you. See, I made a screenshot is what happened. I'll try that. Let me see if I can do this. Bigger, no, but I'm going to try. Next time I do this, I will make this bigger. Here, hang on. Okay, now we're talking.
Now we have the image. Oh, there we go. That's good. That's good.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Got tire kickers, nice and big.
Okay, do you see that? Got tire kickers. What is that first? If you want to get rid of the problem of tire kickers, see that? Yeah. So who am I talking to? You got tire kickers? Who? The only people who are even remotely have that in their mind is a network marketer, affiliate marketer, or any marketer who deals with people, like you said, Joan, who are just looky-loos. Are you sick of looky-loos? And you spend an hour presenting and they go, I don't have any money, you know, like that. Oh my God, horrible. So what's the post? Once we figured out how many tire kickers there were out there, we created a little yes test to find out in seconds if a person is a real prospective buyer or another tire kicker or looky-loo. So what am I saying? Have you got this problem? God, we did too. And when we saw how many there were, it was like, oh my God, we're going to drown with all these damn looky-loos. So let's create something that so we can solve the problem for ourselves. Remember? So we created a little yes test. If you don't have something like that, you can keep on spending hours with people who will never buy. Anyway, we're giving it away today, the little yes test. If you want it, ask for the yes test link and you shall receive it. And then you can use it too and stop wasting time with people who don't buy. That is the message. You see that? Yes test, please. Joan, you're in our program. We're going to show you how to make one. But you see, who is this for? People who have a lot of tire kickers. And hundreds of those people said, I want the yes test. And to get the yes test, they went to a nice little web page that said, if you'd like to get the yes test with the questions right here, enter your contact information and it's right on the other side. All those people are now on my email list. Probably 300-400 more. And some of those people will buy our programs. And we can help everybody with the yes test because it's free. You see how that works? So you show that you can help by actually helping people. This is a very important thing. Help them first before you sell them what you have. Have we got this? You see this, you guys? Got this? No. So the basic structure here, the one I just gave you right now, is if you want, blah, blah. Just about done. If you want blah, blah, there we are. Okay. Who knows the next, conceptually, the next line? What's the next line? Let's see who's paying attention. Let's see who's paying attention. Who's got it? Who knows what the next piece kind of is?
Joan says, and you don't want.
Yes, Joan, A+, right? You see how that, you got this? Yeah, Sharon, you got it. Who else? Especially the newbies. I want to know if you got it.
Evelyn says without.
Right, that's true. Without having to do 84 jumping jacks, right? All these things. Okay, and then without the yucky thing. What's the yucky thing? Well, you ought to know what the yucky thing is, because if you are a member of the club, like I'm a member of the club that I teach, we've learned how to do this. That's why we know how to teach it. We teach you what we learned. And then I go to marketers who are my betters and I learn what they do. I say, what? And then what? And then what? And then it's, oh, okay, I got it. And it's usually how you think. And then once you think differently, you get a new belief and then you try it and totally different results come, right? All right. So without the yucky thing, then what? Okay. So let's see by Sharon and Rose and the rest of you guys. What? Evelyn? Do this. Raise your patty cake. Say me. Let me know. Type in this word. So they, if you want this without this crappy thing, let me know. And you could use those words and they'll say, I want to know in the comments. And then what's the next part after that? What do we do after that? So you don't jump all over them. And so they think, oh my God, I'm being attacked. We'll show you what we got with the PM. Remember that? That's it. That's the process. Okay. And that's the example that I gave you. All right. That's really important that you know this, because if you do not understand really the principles of how we as people search, if you don't get that, you will not ever be able to market to anybody, because you don't really, you're too busy focusing on the stuff that you're selling. You see how that works? Yeah. And then with the PM me, there's also a sequence. You don't just say, here's my thing. There's a series of questions you have to ask. But once you learn it, then of course you automate it. We've automated all this. So in our big school program, we have that automated, and you learn how to fill in the blanks and it happens automatically 24/7, right? That's the kind of the idea. But does this make sense to you? Is it pretty different than what you've heard before and what you've done before? Tell me yes or no. Pretty different? Yeah, well, the key is if what you're doing isn't working, consider something new. And we're going to end right now. I'm going to tell you a story about the doomed fly, because people really like this story. And I want you to know that I know that what we're doing is different. You don't have to tell me. I know all about it. And the reason it's different is because what we were taught didn't work for us. That's why. It's like Elon Musk. Every week, I don't know if you monitor him on Twitter. I know I do. Every week he has sent up a new rocket with, I believe, 48 Starlink satellites each week. The government can't do that once a year. And they have millions of people working on it. Why? Because the way they do it is old hat and doesn't work as well. He can do it now every week. And not only that, the rockets that boost everything up, that lift off from now Cape Canaveral instead of the Marina Island someplace, because he's now legit, they come back and land right there in their places where they left from. You see it, you just cry. It's like, how could anybody make this happen? And he's doing it because the old way doesn't work as well. So I want to tell you that there's a story here. There's a little book called YouTube. Can you all see that? See the YouTube book? YouTube. Can you see it? That's the title. You can get it. It's from Amazon. It's probably like $5-10 or something. And the guy is watching the fly. How many of you have seen a fly in your car window, or you've been to the cabin and there's a fly sitting there going against the window, banging against the window, banging against the window? Have you ever done that? Ever seen that before? This guy's telling this story. He said there's a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energies in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane, like the one that you see right here on your image. Okay, that's what he's trying to do. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly strategy: try harder. Isn't that what they tell you? Try harder, try harder. Just keep doing it. Do more, right? Make more friends with more people so you can hit them up. Right, great. But it isn't working. It says the frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. And I'm talking about your business, of course, right? No hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It is impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. Nevertheless, this little insect has staked its life on reaching its goal through raw effort and determination. The fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you in your business if you don't make changes in what you do, because what you're doing isn't going to work for so many years. You'll be 150 years old before you make anything. Do you see what I mean? You have to think about the new strategy. He says about this fly across the room, because he was sitting in a cabin, you know, in the woods, someplace where the woods are and there are cabins, right? He said across the room, 10 steps away from his door, from his window, the door is open. He's got the door to his cabins open. The whole door is right there, open as can be. And he said, if the little 10 seconds of flying, this little creature could go through that door and be free. But does he do it? He says, with only a fraction of the effort now being wasted, which is bang, 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 bang into the glass, it could be free of the self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there. It would be so easy. Why doesn't the fly try another approach, something dramatically different? How did it get so locked in on the idea that this particular route, with its determined effort, would offer the most promise for success? What logic is there in continuing until death, the death of your business, your effort, your dream, to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? No doubt it makes sense to the fly. Regrettably, it's an idea that will kill. Trying harder is not necessarily the solution to achieving more. It may not offer any real promise for getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, in fact, it's a big part of the problem. So if you're staking your hopes for your business, like he says, on trying harder than ever before, you may kill your chances for success. Do you all see why that is? If you don't change the way you do it, it might be the end, right? Do you see that? So that's really what we want to do. This is the, you want to quit trying harder. And so what's this? What's the change? You're going to see if they want what you have first. You're going to learn how to post, put the attraction posts out there, make a significant, a winning offer. If you want this, or you have this issue and you want to get rid of it without this or that or the other, do this. That's the first step in getting somebody's attention, instead of getting booed and getting blocked. See that? Say yes. We got it. So how we do this, we have a couple of ways to do it. We have a big school, which is an 8-week program. By the way, would you like to see how to do this before we shut down? We can shut down, no problem for me. But if you want to see how to do it, I can, about 4 or 5 minutes, and you can decide if you want to do something with us or not. Yes or no? Let me see from the folks that are here. Hey, Leonard, nice to see you. Chuck, yep. Okay, so here's how we do this. These are the steps we follow ourselves, so now we teach them, okay, to people. First of all, there are 4 steps. The first thing is you've got to learn to attract. Remember we said call, get attention, attract, right? And then go deeper into the rabbit hole. That's what we want for people that you know we can help. How many of you, on a scale of 1 to 10, you want to monitor this, Vic, especially for the new people, how much do you believe, truly, don't dispense with all the crap. How much do you believe really that you can help other people with what you've got, your product or your business, and you? How many people on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you? Okay, and if you're not a 10, think about marketing something where you could be a 10. Because if you really know, like, I know this works, it's worked for me, it's working for other people, you want to spread the word and make the world better by that, find something where you can get behind it on a 10. Because are you going to do more if you're a 10 or if you're just an 8? Right? Yeah, just find something. Yeah. And you, in fact, I think you are a new guy in one of the programs that our experimental team, I believe. So see what happens. You're still looking. Okay, Hector, you might want to, the way you look is, what do you like doing? How do you like helping people? Is it in health? Is it in trading? Is it in, I don't know, construction? That's really the question to ask yourself. What are you kind of good at? What do people come to you for advice? Right? All right. So first, you get the attractor formula. So the formula to attract people with what you have, your business, your product. Okay. Because they're all specific to you. Then you're going to learn how to use our sowing machine. SOW. That means you sow seeds. Remember, like in the Bible, the sower sows the seeds. Some of it falls on rocky ground. You're going to get looky-loos. What else is new? God already told us that. And you're going to get some thorny, crappy ones. And you're going to get, guess what? The birds are going to get some. They're going to talk to the mother or the father or the relatives or the friends. And they say, that's really crappy. And the birds got them. That happens to us too. It's just how it is. So we're going to learn how to sow and nurture. So you know how to set it up. So there's so many that the few that are for you come, because you don't need many, right? Remember, Jesus only had 12, and now look, he's doing all right. And in terms of network marketing, you might hear like somebody will say, well, I have 500,000 people. We know a guy who's got 500,000 people in his business. That's a lot of people over 19 years. However, do you know how many of those people are what we call drivers that drive everything else? You know, like have on the range, they have drivers. He's got 3 people in his business, just 3, that each earn $1 million a year. And under each of those people are 100 to 200,000 of his people that are also under him. Do you see that? Tell me, yes, you got that. I mean, our industry is a business of a lot of people doing a little and a few drivers making millions. Where do you want to be? You want to be a driver or you want to be a little wussy? You decide. All right. The virtual magnet, the third step, the next to the last step, is we show you how to create little magnets. Remember the kind we said, do this. If you want to have the link to this, click here. You want to have the little PDF that shows you how to do this, click here. Would you like to see a little video? Would you like to see a live? These are the magnets. And depending on what you're good at, we help you create your very own. And people get that. And they get to opt in if they want to. And you can help yourself get your email list started. And then guess what? The coup d'etat is you get the enroller interview. They come from the magnet, they get that, and they go, I want to see some more. Remember those people who want to go further? They decide, not you, they do. You're sleeping. And you wake up in the morning, you have 3 or 4 appointments on your calendar with people who said, I went through the whole thing. I'm really interested. Can we talk? Ask Vicki. Vic, when did you start doing this? We had you start doing this with the secret weapon.
Yep.
Right. How many years ago? And tell them what you were doing before, because you go back even further than I do in network marketing. Right. How you were trying to talk to people. Tell them. Would you guys like to hear? This is such a cool story.
I used to call leads.
How often and how many a day?
Every day for 8 hours a day. I felt like I was, you ever been to a hospital and you have to call and you get the calling room, you get the calling people? I felt like that. And I love people. I love talking to people, but I had to sift and sort. And some people were living practically under a bridge. Some had no credit cards. Some didn't know what they wanted. Lots of them were really window shoppers, wasting my time. And I felt bad. You want to help them all, but you can't. So I told Kim one day, I love these people, but I don't want to be on the phone 8 hours a day sifting and sorting, because you know what it does? Time sucks my life away. I can't climb the hill. I can't get in my kayak. I can't go see my grandkids. And I want to do it differently. So several years back, about 5 years ago, Kim, we
Yep.
started changing it up. And now it's based on Big School. It's based on what we do in Big School. And I realized by investing in ourselves that way with the right virtual magnets and the right language and then setting it in motion, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it was going to happen. The next day when we did it, the people that were on the phone with me were tens. They weren't ones and they weren't twos. And I kept calling Kim and saying, oh, guess what? This guy is this way. You know, he's like this and he's looking for this just like us. And began enrolling the right people. And I'll tell you what happens. My confidence went back up because I didn't realize it was starting to get hit, started to like not feel good about it anymore. Go to sleep at night and think, oh, I don't want to get up tomorrow and do that all over again. So eventually it got to the point where none of that was there anymore. My confidence went back up. The people that came in were good people. And even if they weren't the right fit then, they were well set in the way we felt about different things. And I could refer them to something else, a book, a thing, or whatever. And it was a good exchange. You hung up feeling like you helped somebody. Literally.
And how many people did you get into the business? Every time you talk to 10 people, how many would sign up?
If it was a high ticket item, it might be 40%, might be 4 or 5. If it was a low.
So on a $20,000 program, she talks to 10 people, 4 people say yes.
Yeah.
So 4 people pay $20,000, $80,000. Would you get on the phone and talk to 10 people and 4 of them say yes on the same day? How many people would like that? Tell me. Let me see a me. Hello. That's if you have a high ticket. Now, network marketing is primarily lower ticket. I mean, everything's under, when you start, it's usually under 2,000, right? And the monthlies are $100, $150 a month. That's called low ticket. Anything under 3,000 is considered low ticket, okay? So now we've built 4 of these. We're building a 5th one right now, experimental team for people that are interested in super health and brain power and energy, and using a way to do that without having to inject anything or eat anything or, you know, like that, without having to really take anything into your body. And so it's a, you know, it's a very interesting kind of thing that we have learned about many, well, I don't know, 8, 9 years ago. And Vicki and I are both into extreme health. We want to be brainy and powerful and sexy until we're 150. And so because of that, we don't want to just have big jars of pills and creams and all that crap when you don't really, or injections. So that's who that happens to be for. And so the people, it's very easy to call people who are crazy like that, because we just say, you want this without having to take all these pills and all this stuff. And the ones who are sick of the pills and they say, yes, yes, yes. And I want brain power. And that's because that's what we're spreading. But for whatever you market, if you have, I want this without that, you're golden. Because when we had those type of products, because it's the pricing, then what were your numbers, Vic?
Usually, I would say 8 to 9 out of 10.
That's what happened. She'd have a calendar full. We'd say, okay, great, we can expect this many new people. She'd call them all. We have a certain structure, certain questions that you have to ask. Remember, it's always, they have to self-select. They have to tell us, I want this. See? Yeah.
So guess what? I'm on the phone less. I'm on Zoom less, but it's all quality. And you have soaring self-esteem and you feel like you're saving the world somehow. I have a ministry background, so I like that feeling. It's just the feeling I like Elon Musk.
Exactly. And what, you know, for somebody like Alfonso, I'm going to give you a link right now where you can connect with Vicki. I think you've seen enough. You don't need to, it'll be a while before they have this recording because it's going to take some editing. So if you sit tight for 1 second. In fact, Vic, we're going to have, we're going to give you a little app form if you want to learn how to do this, but we have a couple of options for people that are higher ticket and a little bit lower ticket, depending on where you're starting. And Vicki, if you put your phone number in here, you can, yeah, that one. So Alfonso, what I would do is go to, for all of you, you can see that, go to maxout.com/pick me, fill it out, Alfonso, make a date. And then you can talk to Vic and see what program is best for you. Okay. That's what we're doing here. So once you start enrolling people, you're going to have different problems. you're going to have a team and you got to get started managing a team. Many of you have never had that. What are you going to do with that, right? Or you're going to have friends asking for money because now you have some money. Oh my gosh, you're making a couple grand a month. Well, give me 500, will you? I want to buy some crypto. No. Or yes, whatever you want to do. And where to vacation. You're going to have issues that are different because you actually have a business that is bringing in, what do we say at the beginning? What do you need? If for the business to work that starts with an M, who remembers? Who's still sober? Who remembers? Let me see. Alfonso, what do you need? What do you need? People giving you.
Momo.
That's it. Stripe account, your PayPal account. Your PayPal account should be having $100 coming in, $500 coming in, $50 coming in, or from your company. You should be getting every week hundreds of dollars in your cash card for your company. What if you had that? That's what you need. You got to figure how to do that. Okay. So that's really what we're doing. So the next step is go to maxout.com, pick me. You see that? maxout.com/pick me, PICKME. And I always say that out loud, not because you're blind, but because we use these for my podcast on Apple. And so people want to be sure they can hear it. Okay. And you'll see a little form like this. Put in your first name, your last name, and just tell why you want to work with us, what you're looking to achieve by when, and what your biggest obstacle is. Because then we can know if we can help you. Because sometimes we really can't, and we're not the right thing. Not right now, but we'll direct you somewhere so that you're better off than you were the day before. Okay, so that's really what we got for you. So we have the big school program, which is high ticket. It's not 50,000 or 100,000 like Harvard. And we have financing companies, by the way, that really are into what we do for people. And so they'll offer you financing for a couple $100 a month for the main program, where you really want to max out yourself. You want to turn yourself into somebody that is going to be a machine to help people with what you've got who want to pay you for that. That's what you're doing. Okay. And then we have a specific little program that we just finished, which is a great program for beginners called the Facebook Offer Intensive. We have just completed that. And it goes into detail about how to do just this opening part. You know, how to create yours, what the language is that you need when you take somebody through the process so that you can at least get started. So if that's what you want to do, we're good to go. All right. Yeah, money. You need money. And the way you get money is help somebody so much that they say, yeah, I want to pay for that. In the same way that you pay for a massage, right? I get this microphone. Do you think somebody's going to say, well, I'll share my microphone with you? And not hardly. That's not a business. You want this? Okay, it's $2,500. Okay, great. You want this monitor? Okay, it's $5 grand. You want this hat? Okay, it's going to be, I don't know, $300. You see, don't be afraid to ask, but not until they've said, yes, I want this and I want it without that. And I'm interested in this. And they've gone down the rabbit hole with you a little bit, just the way we do when we buy stuff. You've gone down the rabbit hole with me. Some of you are going to go, this is the best damn thing in the world. Sign me up right now. That's what Vicky's doing right now. And some of you are going to go, oh man, that looks like a lot. I don't even know if I want to do network marketing. Maybe I should just keep my job, as a server or whatever. And you totally can make your life the way you want it. But I'll tell you, I have never seen more potential for people who know how to market and sell. Because no matter what happens over there in Europe, it is not going to be good, regardless. It doesn't matter. The damage already done is incredible to people, to their lifestyle, to the fact that people have to fight each other for food because all the roads are blocked off and we can get any food over there in some of those towns. It's the crises like that, they go around the world because we're all humans. We all care for one side or the other. And so one of the big things people are going to need is Momo, money. And if you learn how to market and sell stuff for yourself or for other people, you will have the greatest opportunity in the world to be paid incredible amounts of money because you learn how to do a skill. How do you get more money? Well, sell some stuff. Somebody asked me today, how do I get more money? I said, well, you really want to get more money right now? Yep. Sell your car. What? What, sell my car? Yeah, sell your car, sell a computer. Go mow somebody's lawn. I don't care if you're 50 years old. Ring the bell. Say, hey, $50, I'll do your lawn and take care of the weeds too, if you know how to do that. If you can sell anything, you can make money. And if you can do it for somebody else and show them how to do this, you will, at a time of great financial stress for many people, be able to name your price. We can teach you how to do that right here. That's what we're offering. You want to learn how to do that? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Get a chance with Vic. And those of you that are on our experimental team, kick ass. Don't sit there and think, well, and then what if they say no? Use the same approach on the phone calls. Hey, Aunt Lulu, yeah. Hey, listen, I got a business. It's not for you. Don't worry, I'm not going to hit you up. But if I tell you who I'm looking for, will you tell me if you know anybody? Yeah, okay, who are you looking for? Guess what? Somebody who wants yada, 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 without yada, 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 and they're going to have it. This is what we have to do next. You see that? And we have the steps and the dance. Rose, what do you sell? I see you there. What do you market? What do you help people with? I don't need to know the name of the product. What do you market? Okay, that's going to be really general. What kind of health? How to get your sexy back? Or how to get your sight back, or how to get beautiful skin, or what? What specifically? Gut health. Okay. Are you going to build your business big, or are you just still on the fence trying to decide what to do? You want to play big? You need to get with Vicki right now. Let me tell you something about gut health. Well, before I tell you how I would, one way to do that, Vic, is gut health I should know, but I'm really not. I'm the recipient of a lot of good health care and advice. Vicki is one of my advisors in health. When you do gut health, Vic, is it that is it the immune that really the gut is it immune in the gut?
Yes, and you could ask also Joan, but it's the immune system down there in here. It's like the second brain too.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
A second brain. So let's do this. Okay. So, so now Rose, here's for all of you, this is a really good example of how long it would take her to get any place without somebody advising her. Okay. Now, Rose, we're on the same page. You understand that, right? I'm on your side. I want you to get your butt into our program, one of them, so you get started. But look what she said. What do I have? Everybody look. I asked her, what do you do for people? What's her first answer? Health. So what? That's so general. Nobody's going to care. Does she know? No. Can I help her right now? Yes. So I say, so what do you do for people? She does gut health. Well, what are you going to put on Facebook? Hey, you want gut health? Who the hell wants that? This is called adjusting as you go. Like when you take tennis lessons, you could play by yourself 20 years and never probably win a match. But if you have an instructor with you who says, well, when you step back and you put your weight on your back foot and you make your elbow a little bit more like this or like that, right then and there, you get those little nuances that are changed that allow a person to go faster to get better. Do you see that? Tell me yes, you see it. Yes or no? Do you see that? Everybody that's here? That's what you do. Otherwise, she's going to say, oh, I have health. Well, who if you want health, hello, is anybody thinking when they're scanning health? Is anybody thinking that? No, nobody's thinking that. They're thinking something way more specific, right? Is anybody thinking gut health? Nobody.
Nobody.
I don't even know what that is. Are you kidding? Hey,
Can't
you
even
want some
say,
gut health?
can't even say
Right?
immune system because people don't really care. They're used
Right?
to
You
it.
want immune system? No, because they know you're selling.
Yep.
But if I were to say, if you want to make sure you never get anything going around and you don't want to take bottles and bottles of pills, let me know. We've got a little PDF with a little checklist, show you what we're doing.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with that thing that you do. Rose, you see that? And this takes time to learn because we're all programmed by our companies and upline to fixate on the thing we have. Nobody cares. They want to know what it can do, and it better be interesting. So Rose, did you book a time with Vicki? She can help you and we can get you started with something. It's not going to be 25 grand. necessarily, but it might be $5. You need to get yourself going. If you want to play big, get with Vic. And we'll say no first. We're very good at saying no first. If we don't think we can help you because you really don't have the drive, if you're really not a 10, this is not a lay down and guess what? You're going to have all this money. You will bust ass. Elon does not sit on his butt and scroll through Facebook to look to see what the news is, except in the Ukraine, where the country calls him and says, hey, send us satellites, will you? And the next day they had him. Because he's been planning for years how to build so that we have communication around our planet and with other possible planets. So you have to commit to getting good at what you do. How many people here want to be a 10 in terms of how good they are at what they do? Market it, sell it, and help the world. You know, because if you're not any good at it, nobody's going to want you because you're no good. So get good, fall in love with being awesome at what you do. And if you want to be awesome, it's going to take really boring work. They're called reps, repetitions. That's very boring. But boy, oh boy, in a year, you could be the cheesecake for your company, for the people you help, and you could create your own program that might sell for a few $100s or maybe a few $1,000s, where you show living habits that help the person improve the likelihood that they will never get anything that goes around. They don't care if it's gut health or ear health. They just don't want to catch anything. Do you see that, Rose? You see that, all of you? You're made to think by your company somehow that it's the gut health and their pills. That's their thing. You have to market. Do you want to not worry about anything catching going around? And if they say yes, the market, the path there might be a product that helps with gut health. The path there might also be how to eat clean. The path there might also be how to do a 5-day juice fast. Do you see that? What we offer is the fix to the problem and to the worry. And then the path that we have chosen, because it's working for us, that's what we offer after they say, I want this. You see that? Has everybody got that, Gigi? You see that? How that works? All right, get with Vic. And I think if you are a baby and you're really kind of scared and oh my God, ask her for the offer intensive program. We are going to let a few people into that. It'll be a great start. And if you know you want to play bigger, let her know that you want to really make an impact. Because we want to help you. We so want to help you. Okay. All right. Any questions or any comments? Vic, do you have any thing you want to add or say?
I think I added plenty, but you know what? I'll just say one more thing. Even though there's crazy stuff going on in the world, a lot of it, and we thought it would end and it didn't, and now there's more. Something I've been thinking about, and that is to invest in yourself so you're ready to do something big and figure out what you can eliminate, what you don't need. Clutter, stuff, sell it on Craigslist, sell it on eBay, get rid of it.
Yes.
And I'm telling you what, if you do that and you just uber focus and get into it, you'll feel joy come back, even though there's nutty stuff going on. And do it online. You can work remotely. You can do this. But you do have to invest in what's the most important person. Who is that person? It's probably you, and you don't know it. So get familiar with yourself in a way that you don't know you are. Whether that's a caterpillar and you're going to become this great butterfly, you can't see it, but I can see it. I think Kim can see it. All of us here can see it that have gone through this. Chuck, you're going to be one too. So invest in yourself instead of cars and newer things and stuff. Now's the time.
Right. I can't say it more. Yes. You really want to invest in yourself, because in the bottom line is if nobody will give money and nobody will hire, you have to be able to sit down and say, okay, what am I going to do? Call a few people, get in a mastermind with us and say, all right, here's what I got. How am I going to market it so I can generate some money? And boom, 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 boom. We're going to help you do it. That means you need personal power. You need life force. You need to give a crap about helping somebody else, and know that if you learn, like every human being, we're all programmed to learn and to go further. Be one of those. Don't wait for anybody to bring it to you. No, you bring it to them. We good?
We're
All right,
good.
any questions? Anybody have any questions on this one? Didn't mean quite to go so long, but I think we had a good group tonight.
And Chuck, good to have you in our experimental team. You're a great guy.
Right.
I see good coming out of this.
Yep. Okay, are we good? Any other questions or issues or anything like that? Yeah, totally. All right, you guys. I think we're good, Havik.
We're good.
We're good. All right, so we'll talk to you soon. Anybody still need the texting for Vicky? Remember maxout.com/pick me.
And I've put it in Facebook as well, in case you don't see it and you got lost. It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I posted it there.
Yeah, and Hecton, I think you should get with Vicky. I know you, and I know you want to make an impact. And ask her for the information on the Facebook offer intensive. I think she's got something there that will be right up your alley, given, what you're able to do right now.
Right.
All right.
I know you, Hector.
Yeah.
Just reach out on Facebook. I'll get with you. Okay.
This is for marketers. Wait a second. Let me see here. Hang on. I'm looking.
Oh, okay. Do you work with bookkeepers or accountants? Oh, Kim, you have a story there.
Oh, honey, do you want to build your business? Is that what you want to do? So, Laureline, do you want to build so that you get more? Do you want to be on your own? Do you want to have a deal where you're on your own and you're like you're your own business person, or do you want to get more people to do bookkeeping for? Either way, we certainly can help you. Right? Yeah, these are questions that are just to us against former marketers. Yes. Yeah, because remember, you say this is for marketers. Do you work with bookkeepers? Let me tell you something. Every company needs to market. Apple, Apple and I go back to when the first time they ever had any product. We're pretty old and happy to be old, by the way. And Apple has to market. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, they had their big event. And they have a brand new monitor, Vicky. Oh, you should see it. It's so sexy. And a brand new, engine for it. And what is that big event that they do? It's called marketing. What is it for? To get people's attention. They go, oh, like me. Oh my God, look at that monitor. Oh my God, look at that thing. $8,000. Like, oh my gosh, I got to save for that one, right? Because I got a lot of stuff that we all could buy. But what will move my business ahead that I really, their marketing event cost millions of dollars. It was put out all over the internet, all over the news. That's marketing. You see that? So every person who has anything where you need customers, you have to learn to market. So yeah, learn to market. And in your case, if you are a service for hire, let's say, are you a really good bookkeeper? Are you like a high-end bookkeeper? Are you a CPA type person, or are you a junior bookkeeper? What is your status? How would you classify yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being, I'm just getting started. You're CPA. Oh my gosh. Talk to Vicky. And again, you might start with a small program and start that is the offer intensive, the Facebook offer intensive, and practice doing some of those exercises to see if you bring people to you. Because what's good about you is that the only people you should be looking for are people who have money to count. Can you help people like save taxes in Australia? Oh my gosh, I got a marvelous friend that I could put you in touch with. If you want to become independent, that's what her thing is. Her thing is taking bookkeepers and CPAs, and she lives in Australia, and to make them independent entrepreneurs. Now, you may not want that, but that's one of the things that's her main gig. And it's you are independent. Okay, well then what you want to do is find way more clients. Like, I'll give you an example, just so you all know, this is bookkeeping. It has very little to do with what the network marketers do, right? Now, let me give you an example. I know a bookkeeper, a guy who was a CPA, and he started building his own brand, and so he went out on his own. And he was trying to think just like you, where am I going to get good clients? Because you want clients that are going to pay a lot of money, right? So if you have a skincare product and you say, I got great skincare, you're going to love it. And somebody buys it or tries it and it's $100 a month and they say, no, I don't want it. Then you're going to go, well, I did bad and they didn't want it. My product's no good. No, you just don't know that that person spends $6 a month on Ponds. They're not about to spend $100 on your product. So you didn't do your market research. You totally just laid it on everybody. You know how they teach us to do, right? Don't do that. So in your case with this bookkeeping, what he did is he said, okay, I can save you probably 20% on your taxes. So if your tax bill was 100 grand, I can make it, I don't know, 50 grand. And to do that, you're going to pay me 3,000 a month or 2,000 a month or whatever they charge. Do you see what I'm saying? So instead of positioning yourself as somebody who keeps books, as an example in your field, you position yourself as somebody who can save big companies big taxes. Do you see that, Laureline? Tell me yes. Very different, right? Completely different way to think about it. I can help you save 50% of your tax bill. If your tax bill 500 grand and I can save you $200,000, are you happy to pay me 50 grand? Are you nuts? Totally. Just for that account, to do that one thing, not even keep the books, have them get a bookkeeper and you do that part about the saving of the taxes as an example. Okay. So if you want that, you let me know. And you can test, if you want to, with a little offer intensive program, it's a little tiny startup program, and see how that works. And then in addition, let me know, because I will put you in touch with the lady who takes CPAs and makes them independent gurus like she is. Okay. How nice that you got on this call. I'm so happy to be able to refer you to one of my old best friends. Yes, Mel. She's one of my best buddies. Have you talked to her? Well, she's certainly somebody who knows how to do that part. And if you are just looking to get started to test these ideas with your Facebook profile, well, that's what I would, well, see, what she wants me for is what we're doing right here. How do we help her clients like you draw in the people that you want? And I'm here to tell you that starting with that offer, the Facebook offer, is where you start. Totally. Yeah. We've outgrown her program. Well, then, honey, you want to get bigger. Talk to Vicki. Let me know what you need, what you're looking to achieve and what you need. And we'll see if we can help you. And if we can't, we'll see if we can refer you to somebody. We love to see women in particular making just boatloads of money. That's all I can say. That really turns me on. We need to be our own bosses, have our own money, and not just mad money, but obscene income. Gangster money. Yeah. Okay. That's what we want. The Rose and the rest of you guys, hop in there and we'll see you soon. Evelyn, the offer program that we have, the Facebook offer intensive, is not part of the yes, because it's new. We just created it based on new stuff that we're doing. And it might be something that you want to do. It's a small program. But given what you're doing and the price of gold now, oh my gosh, where is it? $2,000 a hoo-ha? This is where you ought to be doing it. So get yourself in there if you want to learn how to do that, because you got to do something. Start posting. Chuck, you're in touch with your feminine side. We love all of you. It's just that, historically, the boys make the money and the girls didn't know that they should or could. And so it gives me great joy. What if you found a girl who had so much money, Chuck? She said, here, I'll keep you. You don't need to keep me. I'll keep you. Right? Yeah. You create the Midas touch by being somebody who loves what you do and you're damn good at it. And that means you do it more than once a month. It means you do it every day. You're consumed by it, like we are. Like we are. All right, Chuck, you need to get that. You need to get the little offer intensive program. And for you, there is, because you're part of our experimental team, Vic, there's a little different discount code that he would get for that. So, but I
Yeah.
would definitely check if you're not, if you don't know how to market, start with that. Because it's not something specifically, it's from a different company than the group that we're building that team with that you're talking about. So just ask Vicky about it.
And I have the code, Chuck, in case you want that, and I know what it is. Okay?
Yeah, totally. All right, good. Anything else? Any other questions? So glad that you guys came. I loved having you here. Are we set? Should we call it a day?
We're set.
All right, I think we're good
And
to
it's
go.
live streamed on Facebook too, so you can go back there and look if you want to put
Yep,
any
it's live
comments.
streamed on Facebook and on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, YouTube as well.
Yeah,
You
I
really
get 'em
go.
all. Yeah, we want to, well, we're getting so much momentum now.
Yeah.
So, pretty soon we will have too many people for us to help. But in our major big school program, we do a lot of hand holding. So of course we can only take a few people at a time. And a little offer intensive, you get your butt going right away, learn how to do all these things. And it's, totally affordable, as you'll see when you talk to Vic. Okay. All right, Vic,
Bye,
let's connect
everybody.
later. I wanted to tell you something tonight. So let me, after you talk to the folks, connect, okay?
Okay, bye.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye, everybody.